Hello, my beautiful people. I welcome you back to my channel once again. A lot has been happening at and around Chelsea, and I think it is very appropriate for me to lump everything together and bring it to you, deliver it to you right on your phone. So please stick around. We are going to look at a lot of things, a lot of news around Chelsea. The first one, we are going to look at AFC Bournemouth. They have agreed terms for one Chelsea wonder kid. We are going to look at that. Then Chelsea is set to recall a fourth loan player back to the club. We are going to look at that one. Then news surrounding Axel Disasi, the exit of Axel Disasi, Renato Vega, Ben Chilwell, and interest for Tosin Aderabiayo. We are going to look at all of that together. And then some latest news around Bayern Munich's Nkuku-Tel to Chelsea. I am going to give you every single thing you need to know about that one. All right, so quickly, without wasting much time. Now, the best news coming from the camp of Chelsea is the recall of Trevor Chalobah back to the club. I have been calling on the club to do this long ago. Those of you who have been watching my report on loan players, I've been making this call long ago for the club to recall Trevor Chalobah back to the club in the January transfer window. Initially, it was thought that it wouldn't be possible, but lo and behold, it is possible. And the club has acted. They have recalled Trevor Chalobah back to the club. I must say that it was a mistake. It was a mistake for Chelsea to let go of Trevor Chalobah. We only thank God that the move was not permanent. It was only temporary. And so now we have the chance to recall the guy back. And also we have the chance to rectify that human error that allowed Chelsea to send out Trevor Chalobah on loan. Now, Chalobah, on the other hand, has the golden opportunity to show us what exactly we'll be missing. I want to look at Chalobah and compare him with some of the center backs that we have. So when you look at some of the metrics that I have presented, I have Trevor Chalobah, and I am comparing him with Levi Colwill. I'm comparing him with Fofana, Badiashile, and Disasi. Although I am not going to dwell so much on Badiashile and Disasi because when it comes to the Premier League, they have only played 4 and 5 games respectively. So when you look at Colwill, Chalobah, Fofana, minutes played, matches played in the Premier League, Chalobah has played 12 matches, Fofana has played 12 matches, and Colwill has played 20 matches in total. Total minutes played, Chalobah has played 1,063 minutes, whereas Fofana has played 1,017 minutes. Colwill, because he has played many matches, is leading in that one with 1,800. But then when it comes to their defensive roles, interceptions per game, you can see clearly that Chalobah is leading with 1.6 per game. Colwill has 1.2 per game, and Fofana has 1. When it comes to tackles per game, Chalobah is leading once again with 1.7 tackles per game. Colwill has 1 tackle per game, and Fofana has 1.1 tackle per game. Let us also know that Fofana is injured, and according to the manager Enzo Maresca, Fofana will be out for the next 12 to 15 weeks. And so we are actually looking at Chalobah and Colwill in these matters. Now, when it comes to ball recoveries, Chalobah is making 4.7 ball recoveries per game. Colwill is making 3.1 ball recoveries per game. Then Disasi is making 3 balls per game recoveries. Now, pass accuracy, Colwill is leading that one with 90%. Chalobah has 80%, Fofana 90%. Then big chances created, both Chalobah and Colwill have 2 each to their names. Fofana has 1. Then for goals, this is where Chalobah has taken a leap. He's leading with 3 goals, whereas no other defender of ours in Chilwell and Fofana has a goal. Now, I must say that Disasi has one, though he has played only 5 Premier League matches. Now, for assist, Chilwell has one. No other defender has an assist. Then for ground duels, very important. Chalobah is making 3.4 ground duels per game, and Chilwell is making 1.8. Fofana 2.9. And then for aerial duels, Chalobah is making 1.8, and Chilwell is making 2.2. Fofana 1.9. And so when it comes to considering our best centre back pairing for our next game and going forward, because Fofana is injured, I think that Chalobah and Chilwell will complement each other very well in the centre back positions, especially when you look at the aerial duels where Chilwell is leading, then Chalobah is behind him. When it comes to the ground duel, when Chalobah is leading, Chilwell is behind him. And I think the two of them will make a very good pair in our defense. I think the injury to Fofana has somehow hurt our season. And so the recall of Chalobah back to the club is music to my ears. And I think it will go a very long way to help us rediscover our form. All right. Now, other loan players recalled to the club, they include Aaron Asemino. I have already reported on him. Then we also have Ronnie Starter. He's also been recalled. Then news coming from the camp of Chelsea also indicate that Abando Broja is set to be recalled back to the club. Now, this recall is due to the injury situations he's suffering at the club he's been sent to. That is Everton. Now, when you look at Armando Broja for the whole season, he's played only how many games? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 6. The first one was against Wolves. They lost that game. They won that game by 4-0. He played only 12 minutes of that game. Then against Arsenal, he played 24 minutes. Against Man City, they drew 1-1. He played 20 minutes. Against Nottingham Forest, they lost that game to Nottingham Forest by 2-0. He played 75 minutes. That is the most minutes he's played in a game this season. Then against Bournemouth, he played 32 minutes. And against Peterborough, he played 21 minutes. And as I mentioned in my loan report, against Peterborough, he was subbed in the 68th minute and was subbed out in the 90th minute for injury. So, as I mentioned, injury has taken the better part of Armando Broja throughout the season, and so he's set to be recalled back to the club. Now, in the next news, Bournemouth have agreed terms for Chelsea academy player Zain Selkot Dribri. Now, according to Fabrizio Romano, the deal includes a sell-on clause for future first team games and appearances. Now, the 19-year-old Selkot is set to sign a 3.5-year deal for Bournemouth, and that will take him up to 2028. So, but I must mention that the contract of Selkot is set to expire in the summer. And so I believe, although no fee has been disclosed yet, I believe Chelsea will only get a nominal fee for the academy player. Then for Axel Disasi, Juventus is actually leading the race for the signature of Axel Disasi. Now, many other clubs are also included. Some of them, we have Villarreal, we have Atlanta, we have Bayer Leverkusen. They are all interested in the signature of Axel Disasi. Now that Chelsea has recalled Trevor Chalobah back to the club, and we are also linked with other centre backs, Mark Guéhi, the former academy player, included in that one. I believe that there will be a clear chance for Disasi to leave the club. When you look at the data I presented to you earlier, you realize that Axel Disasi is far behind the pecking order. And so now that Chalobah has come and we are also linked with other centre backs, I think it will only be good for Axel Disasi to find a club and leave. All right. Now, Chelsea, according to news coming from the camp of Chelsea, Chelsea are open to either selling or a loan move for Axel Disasi. But then, if it's going to be an outright selling, then Chelsea will be set to recoup the 38 million pounds they paid for Axel Disasi. So that is the news about Axel Disasi. For Tosin Aderabiayo, he's also attracting interest from one Premier League club, and that is Brighton. Now, when Brighton is mentioned, Tosin Aderabiayo is one player that we signed for free. And so if Brighton is interested in Tosin and will be paying a fee to Chelsea, then I'm all out for it, because we've spent so much buying or signing players from Brighton. And so if for now we can sell a player to Brighton, I think I'm all out for it. We should let Tosin go and try to bring in an experienced centre back. All right. Now, the next player is Ben Chilwell. He's also likely to leave in this January. In fact, Ben Chilwell was supposed to leave in the summer, but he couldn't find a club. And then news coming from the camp of Chelsea also indicate that Ben Chilwell has totally refused to lower his wages or cut on his wages. And so I think this is becoming a problem to Chelsea. But then the probable destination for Ben Chilwell is Everton. The new Everton manager is someone who admires Ben Chilwell so much. And so Everton, although they have two loan players, and so they cannot sign any new loan player, they will have to let go of one loan player before they can bring in Ben Chilwell. And I think Chelsea can play a smart one over here and recall Armando Broja back and send Ben Chilwell to Everton. Then the next news item is about Matthias Tel of Bayern Munich. Now, Chelsea has been linked with this player since the summer. If we can remember, the name came up during the summer transfer window. The name has come up again. Chelsea have inquired about the availability of Matthias Tel. But then Bayern Munich is trying to play hard on Chelsea. Let us also remember that one of our players, Christopher Nkuku, is linked with Bayern Munich. And so if Bayern Munich is coming for our player, I think they have to also allow us go in for one of their own. But then on Wednesday, when Bayern Munich played Hoffenheim, they won that game by 5-0. Matthias Tel was introduced at the end of the first half, so that was the beginning of the second half. He played 45 minutes and provided an assist in that game. And then after the game, the coach stressed that Matthias Tel is one very important player for them. And so clearly they are not, they don't want to fancy or entertain any interest from any club. So they have also stressed that they have a clear plan for the boy, the teen, 19 years old. They have a clear plan for him, and the plan is for him to develop and break through in Germany, and for that matter, Bayern Munich. So these are some of the news coming from the camp of Chelsea. Meanwhile, we all watched the game against Bournemouth the other day. We thought that Nicholas Jackson has come of age, but then it is clear from that game that Nicholas Jackson is not ready to lead Chelsea line. I believe we need to sign a proven goal scorer. And one proven goal scorer that comes to my mind is Alexander Isak. If you can all remember or you all know him, he's one player from Newcastle. He's doing very well. I have been watching this guy for some time now, and he's one guy I admire. For now, Alexander Isak is on good form, on top form. In 8 games, he has scored in all of them. He has 11 goals and 3 assists, actually. from those games. And so I believe that any serious club, any club that wants to go for a title or anything serious, should be looking at some of these kind of strikers. And so I think that the numbers speak for Alexander Isak. Chelsea should do the do and look out for this guy. Try go all out for him and try to bring him to the club. So that is the news in all. I want to see your comments on some of the news items, what you think about them. Those of you who are new, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and the notification bell. Also share the link for this news to get to as many people as possible. Let me hear your thoughts on the recall of Trevor Chalobah, the exit of Azal Disasi, Renato Vega, the links, Ben Chilwell, Tosin Aderabiayo. Please drop me more comments. Thank you very much. Till I see you for another update. Anytime an update comes, I'll be here to provide it to you. So till I see you for another update. Bye for now.